Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Cooking with Master Chef Blake. And today we'll be making some Jamaican fried dumplings. So as you can see, we have the ingredients that we'll be using today. We have all-purpose flour, some vegetable oil, salt, baking powder, and of course some sugar. So I'll be getting right into our fried dumpling recipes. Alright guys, the first ingredient we'll be adding is a cup of flour. Then I'll add 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar. And to make this dough we'll be using half of a cup of water, but we'll be adding this water by stages. And also please remember, this is cold water. Right guys, so here we have it. Our fried dumpling dough is finished kneading, and this is the texture that you're looking for in your dough. So now we're just gonna allow this to sit. Now this is better when done from overnight and left to set, but since we do not have the time, we're gonna allow this to sit for just about half an hour, allowing the gluten strands in the flour to begin to develop. Allowing the glutinous strands to develop will give the outside of your fried dumplings a nice smooth texture and also give it that nice crunch. So as I said before, we'll allow this to sit for half an hour, 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and then come back and get into the next process. Stay tuned guys. Alright guys, so it has now been half an hour since we have left our dough to set. So now we're just gonna break it apart into smaller pieces. Now for fried dumpling you don't need large amounts because of the baking powder and everything, these will become very large when you begin to fry them. So we're just gonna break them into smaller pieces and make some balls and set them aside. Here we go. This is one. So here we have them prepped and ready. And while you're doing this, you want to leave 2 small pieces of the dough. I'll show you what those are for later. So we now move into the technical phase of our fried dumpling, that is actually frying them. Now, here's a quick tip. Too hot of a oil, you will end up with your fried dumpling being hard on the outside and inside not being cooked properly. Too low of the oil, too cold, then you would end up with your dumplings being oily. So you just have to ensure that your oil is at the correct temperature. So now we're to the part with the pot. So what you want to do is place enough oil in the pot so that your fried dumplings can at least be halfway submerged, if not completely submerged. Keep your flame to high and allow this to become hot. Alright guys, so now I move on to do these 2 little pieces of dough that I left. These are to test if my oil is ready. So once you drop them in and you see that there are small bubbles around them, then you know that your oil is ready. You can start placing your fried dumplings into the pot. But before you do that, I'm also going to turn my burner down just a little bit. Turn it to somewhere above medium but not at high. So now we move on to placing our dumplings. Now before you place them in the pot, you just want to give them a quick rub again and sink in the middle. Drop them in your pot. And roll. Create a small circle with your thumb. Place them inside the pot. And you continue with this process right through. So once you realize that your fried dumpling has gotten the crust that you want, you can just go ahead, turn your flame down a little bit below medium and just cover your pot and allow your dumplings to steam. Alright guys, so it has now been about 5 minutes since we have begun to fry these fried dumplings, and it's time for them to come right out of the pot. We're gonna take these out of the pot and then show you the finished product. Alright guys, so here we have our finished product, our fried dumplings. I'm just gonna show you what these are like. Nice and smooth and very soft and nice, ready to heat. So here we have it.